The Minimalist Mindset: How to Stop Buying What You Don't Need. In today's consumer-driven world, it's easy to fall into the habit of buying more than we need. Advertisements, social media, and even peer pressure can all contribute to the endless cycle of purchasing things we don't truly need. However, adopting a minimalist mindset can break this cycle, helping you focus on what truly matters while saving money, time, and mental energy. Here's how to cultivate the minimalist mindset and stop buying what you don't need. Dare 1. Shift your focus from quantity to quality. Minimalism isn't about owning as little as possible. It's about owning what adds real value to your life. One of the key shifts in the minimalist mindset is focusing on quality rather than quantity. Instead of accumulating lots of cheap, low-quality items, invest in fewer, well-made things that will last longer and serve a meaningful purpose. Ask yourself before each purchase, is this something that will genuinely improve my life? If not, you're likely better off without it. By prioritizing quality over quantity, you'll not only reduce clutter, but also develop a greater appreciation for the things you own. 2. Understand the difference between want and need. Our wants often masquerade as needs, but learning to distinguish between the two is crucial for adopting a minimalist mindset. A need is something that is essential for your well-being, like food, shelter, or clothing. A want, on the other hand, is something you desire but could live without. Before making any purchase, take a moment to pause and reflect on whether it's a genuine need or simply a desire. Waiting a few days before buying something is a great way to determine if it's truly necessary or just an impulse buy. Often, the desire to buy fades once we give ourselves time to think it over. R3. Limit exposure to advertising and temptations. Advertisements are designed to make you feel like you need more, even when you don't. One of the easiest ways to stop buying things you don't need is to limit your exposure to advertisements. This might mean unsubscribing from promotional emails, using ad blockers, or being mindful of how much time you spend on social media platforms that promote consumerism. Additionally, avoid unnecessary browsing. Whether it's scrolling through online stores or window shopping, these activities can easily lead to impulse purchases. By staying away from temptations, you create space to focus on what you already have, rather than always seeking the next best thing. 4. Declutter regularly to recognize what matters. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind, and clutter is the result of accumulating things we don't truly need. Regularly decluttering your home can help you become more mindful of your possessions and more intentional about what you bring into your life. As you declutter, ask yourself why you bought certain items in the first place and whether they served their purpose. This reflection can be a powerful motivator for adopting a minimalist mindset, as it highlights how easily we accumulate unnecessary things and how little they contribute to our happiness. 5. Practice gratitude for what you have. It's easy to focus on what we don't have, especially when we're bombarded with images of the next big thing. However, gratitude is a cornerstone of the minimalist mindset. By appreciating what you already own, you reduce the desire to constantly seek more. Consider starting a daily gratitude practice where you acknowledge the items you already have and the value they bring to your life. When you cultivate contentment with what you have, you'll naturally stop feeling the urge to buy more. 6. Adopt a minimalist budget. One practical way to stop buying things you don't need is by creating a minimalist budget. This type of budget prioritizes essential spending and allocates minimal resources for non-essentials. By limiting the amount you allow yourself to spend on unnecessary purchases, you force yourself to think more critically about your buying decisions. A minimalist budget doesn't mean deprivation. It's about ensuring your money aligns with your values. It helps you avoid impulse buys and make sure you're spending on things that truly enhance your life. 7. Focus on experiences over things. Many people fall into the habit of buying material items in search of happiness, but studies show that experiences often bring more joy than possessions. Instead of spending money on items that will eventually lose their novelty, invest in experiences that create lasting memories. Whether it's traveling, learning a new skill, or spending time with loved ones, experiences often provide more satisfaction than material goods. By focusing on experiences, you reduce the desire to constantly acquire things and shift toward a more fulfilling minimalist lifestyle. 8. Embrace the enough mentality. At the heart of minimalism is the idea that we already have enough. In a culture that often promotes the idea that we should always strive for more, embracing the concept of enough can feel revolutionary. A minimalist mindset recognizes that contentment comes from within, not from external possessions. Whenever you feel the urge to buy something, ask yourself if it's truly necessary or if you're chasing the illusion of more. Often, the answer is that you already have enough, and by embracing that realization, you'll naturally stop seeking to buy more. Final thoughts. The minimalist mindset is about more than just owning fewer things. It's about living intentionally and creating a life focused on what truly matters. By shifting your focus away from consumerism and embracing the concepts of quality, gratitude, and contentment, you can stop buying what you don't need and live a more meaningful, clutter-free life. Incorporating these practices will help you break free from the cycle of buying, decluttering, and accumulating again. Instead, you'll be able to appreciate the things that genuinely add value to your life while freeing up mental and physical space for what matters most.